Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for visiting me today and I hope you enjoy my video. Today I'm sharing the process for creating this page. I'm using my August Scrapping Fun Kits kit. I have already created one page for using this kit, and that is, I can link the video to that below. This is what I have left of the kit, and this is what I'll be using partly to create my layout. I have gone through my stash and pulled out a few things that I think will go with the papers from the kit, and I'm going to start by cutting a 1-inch frame from this piece of black cardstock. This will be my background layer. For the next layer I'm going to use this blue cardstock. I'm going to cut it down to 11.5 inches by 11.5 inches. Next I cut a 1-inch strip of this yellow cardstock and punch the one long edge of it. You'll see later on that I do change my mind about this. I used two of the papers from the kit to frame my photo or map my photo. I cut them to size. I want them to be 1/4 inch wider and 1/4 inch longer than the previous layer, so I'm cutting them down, and then because I want to use the paper for other parts of the layout, I actually cut them so that they're just a 1/2 inch frame. I took an emery board and filed around the photo to give it a white border, help it stand out from the matting. I inked around the edges of all the papers and then, using double-sided tape, attached all of the layers together. I inked around the edge of the blue paper and then attached it to the black frame to create my background. To create some interest in the background, I took this Crafters Workshop stencil, it's called Mini Circus Banners, and my white Montmartre modelling paste, and I created some banners across the top and through the sort of bottom quarter of the layout. I've masked the bottom part of the stencil out using some post-it notes so that I didn't get that part of the stencil on my page. This is where I decide that I'm not going to use that yellow strip of paper that I had previously punched, and I want to have this pink and this more patterned yellow. So I cut a strip of the pink that's about 1 inch wide and punch the edge of that using a knockout punch from American Crafts. Because the pink pattern paper is not long enough to go where I want it, I cut it and hide the cut behind the photo. I then cut a piece of the yellowy orange cardstock to layer with the pink. I apologise for the shadows in this section. I think I must have forgotten to turn my overhead lights on. I've used an assortment of papers, both from the kit and from my stash, and the vellum that was in the kit, to cut a number of banners that I'm going to use on the layout. I have used No Name, the top one here, to cut some. I've used the Dynamics Mitts and Mats banners. I have used Spellbinders Labels 8 to cut some labels, and I've used the Spellbinded nested lacy pennants to cut pennants as well. I want to add some more interest to the background, so I get out some acrylic paints. One is called Sunshine Yellow, one is black, one is titanium white, and the other one is fuchsia. I water these down and use my fan brush to add splatters to the background of the layout. Using a black Papercraft ink pad, I ink around the edge of all of the die cuts. It's now time to start assembling the layout. I use glue for a lot of this because it gives me a bit of a chance to move things around and adjust things as I go. When I'm attaching the layers to my layout, I use my T-ruler to try and make sure that they are level. I add the die cut banners over and around the modelling paste banners just to give it a nice full fill. I offset the banners that go through the bottom section of the layout. I've got the paper or the cardstock layer banners first, and then the vellum ones that are slightly offset so that you can still see the red ones through the vellum, but it gives extra dimension. The black triangular pennants are then attached over the top of that, so that centre section of banners is actually 3 deep. The final 3 banners are then attached underneath the photo. I've attached some craft foam to the photo, and then I'm going to attach that to the layout. I've used this Couture Creations die and the vellum from the kit to cut some flowers. I'm going to create a flower using these. I'm actually going to create 2. I will ink around the edges of each flower, and then I will roll the edges over my pokey tool. Now that each layer is ready, I will use some glue, Eileen's tacky glue, to attach each layer, staggering the petals as I go. I have added a red gem to the centre of the flower, and I've decided to go with 1 flower only. I'm also using one of the red roses from the kit and the black flare from the kit. For a little more detail, I took my white Signo gel pen and did some faux stitching around the pennants and the actual page itself. For my title, I used my Papercraft DD700 alphabet uppercase and some paper from the kit and cut my name. This is going to be the title. I inked around the edge of each of the letters and then used glue to attach the letters to the layout. I used a black pen to write the date that the photo was taken on the top label next to the photo. I wasn't happy with that. To correct this, I cut another label and then used my computer to actually print the date on there so that it was a bit neater and in a straight line instead of being messy like the one that was handwritten. Then because I'd already used glue to attach the embellishments over the top of the label, I had to cut the label to a weird shape to get it underneath. But I worked that out and used some glue to get that label over the top of the one that I had messed up with my handwriting. And that completes today's layout for Scrapping Fun Kits, the final layout actually for their August kit. I'm very happy with the layout. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like and share, and leave me a comment. I love reading your comments, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching and spending your time with me today.